for joining us today. My name is Jessica King and today I'm going to be running us through a Tri-Fitness research presentation. Today's presentation will include an introduction, objectives of the market research, data collection techniques including tasks needed for completion, resources needed, and timeframe for research analysis and results. The purpose of this presentation is to explain the market research proposal, its purpose, the marketing objective, and the proposed data collection technique. The market research proposal has been developed in order to determine whether it would be a feasible business decision to stock organic tea and coffee in the Tri-Fitness vitamin and supplement store. The research also seeks to gather information from the target market over which brand of tea and coffee they will be the most interested in purchasing. It has been decided that if Tri-Fitness were to stock organic tea and coffee, they must be certified as Fairtrade organic products, as this is more in line with the Tri-Fitness brand. Upon reflection, we will limit the tea to no more than 6 blends and include decaffeinated and regular coffee options as well. The objective of the market research is to determine whether the addition of organic tea and coffee would be beneficial to the Tri-Fitness vitamin and supplement store. If by stocking these products, Tri-Fitness will see an increase in income for the store. The objective also aims to see which brand would be the most profitable to the store. The data collection techniques proposed for the market research include qualitative indirect approach data technique. A small focus group of gym members who frequent the Sydney branch will be asked a series of open-ended questions and observed to see their consumer behaviour. This data technique is selected as it encourages the focus group to devolve their underlying motive for buying a product. Quantitative data technique. Statistical data gathered from structured surveys questionnaires which will be distributed to gym members in all 3 branches. This technique is selected as the data is more focused and can be applied to the larger market. Secondary data, which is sourced from external sources such as data companies or market research firms or trade magazines. This data collection technique is selected as it is a less consuming form of data collection. Each one of the data collection techniques proposed has its own strengths and weaknesses. This means they must be tailored to suit our purposes. The strength of the qualitative data encourages respondents to reveal their underlying motives, beliefs, and attitude toward the product. Therefore, a deeper understanding of the target market can be gleaned. The weakness is that the focus group does not know the purpose of the question. Therefore, we may not get specific answers. The implications of this means that Tri-Fitness researchers will learn the motivations and buying attitudes of the consumers if they undergo the qualitative data method. This data can be put into a report for interpretation. The strength of quantitative data collection is that the data can be applied to the larger population, conclusions can be drawn, and trends can be seen. The people sampled understand the purpose of the survey. The weakness is that it can be time-consuming to draft up surveys and questionnaires and administer them. The implication of this means that the data collected will be put into spreadsheets and used as statistical data measuring tools which show trends by using graphs and percentages. The strength of secondary data is that it's less time-consuming as you do not have to leave the office to collect the data, and most of the data has already been collected by an external source. The weakness is that it may be difficult to get data specific for the market research, and it may be expensive to purchase the data from external companies. The implications of this means that the data requested must be specific in order to get the best results if purchasing from a data company. If sourced from magazines or online, it will need to be filtered for relevance. Depending on the format that is sent across to Tri-Fitness, it will need to be evaluated for its relevance and then put into either a report or a spreadsheet. There are some resources required in order to conduct the market research. These include the human resources of a market researcher to collect data, a target consumer group to interview and collect responses from, a marketing team, a marketing assistant, the branch managers to conduct research in their own state, and to implement the resulting decisions to their branch. Physical resources required include computers with Excel or a marketing management system and a database management system in place, questionnaires, meeting rooms, and reports of data collected. Financial resources include a budget of between $11,957.50 to $12,047.50. The timeframe for completion of each activity include task number 1, the briefing of the market research plan to all stakeholders. The timeframe for this is between 1 and 2 days. This can be done via meetings, email, conference call, or presentation. Task number 2, develop questionnaire to administer to the target group. This will take 3 hours for the communications assistant to develop the questionnaire, then 1 hour for it to be proofread and edits made. Task number 3 is administer the questionnaire to the target group. This will take roughly 3 to 4 hours. Number 4, administer the open-ended survey to the focus group. Again, this will take roughly 3 to 4 hours. Task number 5, which is request data from external sources. This will take 30 minutes to brief the external source, 3 to 4 hours to analyze the data which is received. Task number 6, collect the data and analyze it. This will take 27 hours or 3 days to compile the data, enter it into a spreadsheet, and into a marketing report. Present the marketing plan and its conclusion. This will take between 1 to 2 days. The total time required to complete this market research is 7 days. So in conclusion, to develop the questionnaire to seek data from external sources, the time required is 4.5 hours. To administer the data collection technique, the time required is 8 hours. To collect and analyze the data, we would need 3 days and 4 hours. And to reach conclusions and present the data, we need 2 days. So in conclusion, the marketing research proposal seeks to discover whether and which brand of organic tea and coffee should be stocked in the Tri-Fitness vitamin and supplement store. It will do this with the use of 3 data collection techniques: qualitative, quantitative, and secondary data. The timeframe for the market research plan to be completed is 7 days. I personally believe that the market research plan proposed is the most feasible way to determine our objectives, and I seek approval to proceed ahead with the plan. I open the floor to any questions that you may have. No, thank you for joining me today, and I hope to speak with you soon.